All right, well, the Nairobi City County government has indeed formally entered into that an intergovernmental cooperation agreement with the national government in a move that will see 4 key county functions handed over to the national administration. The agreement comes several years after a controversial 2020 deal between then Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko and former President Uhuru Kenyatta that led to the formation of the Nairobi Metropolitan Services. At the time, the arrangement faced sharp criticism, including from then Senator Johnson Sakaja, who's now governor. President Ruto has announced that the national government will invest that 80 billion shillings in various development projects across the country. Take a look.
It is a ceremony that invoked memories of the February 2020 deal, which saw then Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko hand over county functions to the national government, consequently leading to the establishment of the Nairobi Metropolitan Services, NMS.
Exchange the signed copies of the agreement.
6 years later, in February 2026, Johnson Sakaja has pulled a similar move, surrendering 4 key roles of the county government to the national government: water and sewerage services, construction of roads and bridges, housing development, solid waste management and city security will now fall under the scope of the national government. But they say this is not a transfer of functions similar to the NMS deal.
There is no transfer of functions happening. For the avoidance of doubt, I have no interest in running the city of Nairobi. My hands are full. The governor and his team must run the city of Nairobi. But I have an obligation as the president of Kenya to assist the city of Nairobi.
We've had tea. The last time such a document was signed, a similar one, people had other things. But we've had copious amounts of tea.
The deal, the two leaders say, is aimed at improving service delivery and restoring Nairobi's status as a world-class capital.
We must raise our ambition. We cannot continue to make peace with mediocrity. It is not right. It is unacceptable.
This agreement solidifies those arrangements, providing a legal framework for additional support, including partnership in security and order. Because, Your Excellency, we promised a city of order, dignity, hope, and opportunity. We're on the journey to Singapore, and Nairobi will not be left behind. This is the capital of Singapore, Excellency.
The new structure establishes a 2-tier governance structure, 2 committees, one that will steer Nairobi, chaired by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, deputized by Governor Sakaja, with its members as the cabinet secretaries in charge of the respective dockets and county staff mandated to set the overall policy goals and direction. Then there will be an implementation committee which the governor will chair, mandated with the day-to-day execution of programs and projects. Other members in the implementation committee will be principal secretaries from the national government and county executive committee members responsible for corresponding functions. The Nairobi City County Assembly will be on course for oversight roles. The national government says that an 80 billion shillings investment will fund infrastructure and service delivery improvements within the 4 critical sectors.
With an initial quantified capital package of everything that I have said, amounting to 80 billion across priority sectors, this structured partnership is designed to deliver measurable impact and expand opportunities for all in Nairobi County.
The president has also directed the Interior Ministry to develop a framework for the establishment of a dedicated Nairobi Metropolitan Police Unit to enhance security in the capital.
Excellency's kind permission, sir, I now...
This agreement has, however, sparked fresh political debate, with critics drawing parallels to the 2020 NMS arrangement and questions already emerging over the constitutional implications and whether this new pact will succeed where previous efforts faced resistance.
This is not going to be easy for you. There'll be mudslingers all over the corners. But at the end of the day, without this initiative, we are in trouble.
With the agreement inked, And the county assembly largely expected to rubber stamp it. Residents are now watching closely to see whether this will finally address the city's persistent service delivery challenges. Worth to note is Sakaja's recent claim in an interview with NTV that there had been pressure from individuals at State House to take over certain Nairobi functions. Well, the national government and the Nairobi City County government insist that this is just a recalibration to ensure that Nairobi City County works. The political cost that may come to both President William Ruto and Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja may be of monumental proportion. Political costs that we'll be seeing how they will maneuver around in the coming days. Ibrahim Karanja, NTV from State House in Nairobi.